Hello and welcome back to the channel. A while back I started a list about the greatest players in each position over the last decade. So far on this list I have covered goalkeepers and right backs, and today is the turn of the centre backs. So here are my views on the 5 best centre backs of the last decade. Vincent Kompany came through the Anderlecht Academy in his native Belgium before making his debut in 2003 at just 17. He then moved to Germany with Hamburg after 3 years in 2006 for 10.5 million euros. He made over 50 appearances in 2 seasons with the German side before making the switch to the blue half of Manchester for a modest 8.5 million euros. He stayed with the club for over a decade, captaining the side that eventually went on to win 4 Premier League titles, 4 League Cups and 2 FA Cups, just to name a few. In all, he represented Manchester City 360 times in the league and Champions League. All the while, when the club splurged huge amounts on more glamorous signings, Vincent Kompany was at the heart of the Manchester City defence throughout, playing under a variety of managers from Roberto Mancini to Pep Guardiola. Even during his final years in Manchester, he was still their most important defender. He moved back to his boyhood club last summer, and the failure to replace the 89-capped Belgian caused them dear this season, as they are 22 points behind the runaway leaders Liverpool in the Premier League table. The only reason why Kompany is 5th on this list and not higher is because of his fitness issues, missing huge chunks of entire seasons due to multiple injuries. And when you see the names on this list that are about to follow, I hope you'll agree as well that 5th place is good enough for him. Gerard Pique, a product of the famous La Masia Academy, moved to Old Trafford in 2004 on loan, searching for regular game time. After 2 years in Manchester, he went to Real Zaragoza in 2006 before returning back to Catalonia to join Barcelona again in 2007. He has one of the most impressive trophy cabinets of any active player, winning the Premier League and the League Cup with Manchester United in 2008, and 8 La Liga and 4 Champions League crowns with Barcelona, just to name a few. The 103-capped Spaniard also won the World Cup and the European Cup with the Spanish national side in 2010 and 2012 respectively. Pique was an integral part of perhaps the greatest club side ever assembled under the tutelage of Pep Guardiola from 2008 to 2012, winning every possible club trophy in sight. While Barcelona are not the force they once were and Pique is entering his mid-30s now, he is still a vital part of the Barcelona setup, making over 500 appearances for them till date. Even as I was making this list, putting a guy with such an illustrious career at just the 4th spot felt a bit harsh. But the only reason he ranks this low on this list is because I have given equal weightage to their team achievements and their individual talent, and I believe they're having better defenders in world football in the last decade, and I hope you'll agree with my choice as well. Diego Godin came into prominence when he moved to Spain with Villarreal in 2007 for a measly 800,000 euros as a 21-year-old. He stayed with the Spanish side for 3 years, making over 100 appearances for them before making the switch to Atletico Madrid in 2010 for 8 million euros. He played in the heart of the defense for Diego Simeone's side for almost a decade, playing close to 400 games for the Madrid-based side before moving to Italy with Inter Milan in the summer of 2019, where he has been since. He had a long and fruitful career at Atletico, becoming a vital part of the side that formed one of the most formidable defenses in all of Europe. The 138-capped Uruguayan was a key part of the side that won the La Liga crown in 2014 and also reached 2 Champions League finals in 2014 and 2016. In his 9-year stint with Atletico, he also won the Europa League twice, in 2012 and 2018. Unlike the aforementioned Gerard Pique, Godin was not as adept with the ball at his feet, but he was a calm and composed, defense-minded centre-back with excellent anticipation and reading of the game, and that's the reason he ranks higher than the Barcelona man in my list, despite the Spaniard's much larger trophy cabinet. Giorgio Chiellini came through AS Livorno before making his debut in 2000 in the Italian second tier. He moved to Serie A with Fiorentina in 2004 and subsequently to Juventus in 2005. with whom he has been till date, making over 500 appearances with the old lady. He has won 8 Italian leagues, 4 Italian Cup titles and reached the Champions League final twice in his 15 years with Juventus. Just like Diego Godin, Giorgio Chiellini is not as adept with the ball at his feet as some of the modern centre-backs, and at 36 years of age he is surely in the twilight years of his career. But what Giorgio Chiellini is a no-nonsense defense-first centre-back, and he has been extremely consistent over the last decade and a half, not just with Juventus but also with the Italian national side, for whom he has won over a century of caps. This is by far the toughest list I've had to make so far, seeing as the difference in quality between the 5th placed and the winner is minuscule. The only reason he takes silver on this list and not gold is just because of the lack of a Champions League or a major international trophy. I know team trophies are not the most accurate measure of a particular player's performance in a team sport, but as controversial as it may be, for my money he comes second. Another reason why this list has been the most difficult one for me to make so far, just because of the dearth of choices at this position. It's also because of the fact that I'm basically covering 2 positions in one single list, as a result of which I had to leave out some really good choices. Some players that really came close to making my top 5 are Rafael Varane, who would have been by far the youngest player had he featured on this list. Alongside Varane, a shout out must also go to the German duo of Jerome Boateng and Mats Hummels, who at their peaks were 2 of the finest centre backs in Europe. For me, the one who tops this list is Sergio Ramos. He came through the Sevilla academy and made his way to the first team in 2003, and after just 2 years he moved to Real Madrid for 27 million euros. He spent his early days playing as a right back, and it was only at the turn of the decade he moved into the centre of defence, where he has played since. In his 15 illustrious years with the record European champions, he won 4 Champions Leagues, 4 La Liga titles and 2 Copa del Rey crowns, just to name a few, while with Spain he won the World Cup in 2010 and the European Championship twice in 2008 and 2012. The selection of the 170-capped Spaniard at the top of the list is a highly controversial choice even in my eyes. While his on-field antics and the numerous red cards he has received over the years raise more than a few eyebrows and divide opinion, there is no denying the sheer quality and the consistency at which the Real Madrid man has operated over the years. Ramos is pretty quick for a centre-back, is good with the ball at his feet, has a really good range of passing, and arguably his greatest asset is his ability to come up with season-defying goals, especially in the high-stake Champions League knockout games. While Chiellini and Godin might be slightly better defenders in the purest sense of the word, but when all of the aforementioned traits and achievements are taken into account, Ramos does come out on top, and in my opinion he is the greatest centre-back of the last decade. So that's it for me today. I hope you liked my video. If you did, don't forget to drop a like and comment on the video. Bye.